welcome everybody to our live stream here on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Pascal, we're playing unusual openings here. Acerbate. Fun and unusual openings for something different. A little bit of diversion, not so serious. Before I get started with this ultra tough challenge against the super fast Wikipoo, I just want to say thanks to everybody for playing in the team battle yesterday. I know that Gabor Gabik94 won the event playing for our team. I thought that was insanely impressive. He's a great player, and I thank him for joining our team, saving us yesterday from a last place finish probably. Wikipoo and myself didn't pull our weight, but the rest of the team did their best. I appreciate everybody. And next one isn't scheduled yet, I think, but it should be scheduled today for Sunday. So our first announcement in the announcements segment of the stream is 3 p.m. Central European Time on Sunday. Acerbate, that's probably bad for you, I don't know. Bad for some people, good for others. There's no in between. Either you can make it or you can't. I was happy with Tuesday. I'm willing to do Sunday. So we're going to have another streamer battle on Sunday. That's 2 for 1 week. We get a bonus. Sunday, 3 p.m. CEST. I will put it in the Pond and Horses Club tournaments as soon as we can. But I haven't seen the official tournament notification yet. So just to let you guys know, Sundays we're going to have 2 streams for now. I mean, I imagine when Real Chess comes back, there can't be a Sunday streamer battle. There would be team competitions and other things like that. But for a time, I guess they're going to try to do it on Sunday. So there'll be a 3 p.m. CEST streamer battle and the 6:30 stream where I am doing my weekly simul. The simul will not be moved. It will stay in its usual place Sunday night. Okay, Troll in a Roll and Wikipoo. I'm going to play Troll in a Roll first. Why is he challenging me? 6-5 is acceptable, okay. Because Wikipoo is good and fast, and I need a little warm-up. I'm accepting Troll's challenge here. Wikipoo, just hold on. We'll be right with you. Simul for you. Alright, Acerbate. No need to play if it's inconvenient. There's another important note that I don't even know how many players do we have. Acerbate, did you see? Why did I play f4 instead of e? Maybe e4 would be better. The other thing is they're gonna try to make it 20 what is it called? I don't know what the terminology is for the players who are counted in the top. 20 captains or whatever it's called. I don't know what the terminology is. Schieberspieler. I haven't seen the tournament yet, but they're going to move it to Sunday with 20 captains or whatever that's called when you have a trophy next to your name. Was what I was told, though I still haven't seen the streamer battle tournament. I don't know if we even had 20 players on the team, did we? How many players did we actually have? I can check it now, but I'm in the middle of the game. Baby Chess, hi. How many players on my team total? I have no idea if we're going to be able to get 20 or not. For a new time, we were 31. Hopefully. I mean, there's no way they're going to be able to keep it on Sundays long term. When chess goes back to normal, there's like team championships. I think it would be weird. But maybe for the summer, it can be on Sundays, I guess. So we're going to do it. I mean, I know that some of you guys aren't going to be able to play. Maybe Schieberspieler, probably Gabix, and some of the others won't be able to play. So possibly won't be as strong. But I'm still going to do it. I'm not going to quit. the streamer battle. If you guys can't make it, it's fine. I understand. I don't like the 3-0. I mean, I hate it. Would be a better description. I'm terrible at 3-0. I never played a lot of 3-0. Sometimes when I didn't have time, but I always played 5-0. I'm not even good at 3+2. For me, it's like 5-0 or longer, and I can play good blitz. Maybe if I had enough time to practice, I might be able to master 3+2. But 3-0, it's just like bullet chess with a little extra time for me. Sometimes if I'm in the zone, I can play alright. I have to really be in the zone. Years ago, I used to play a mix of 5-0 and 3-0, but way more 5-0. My rating was always higher in 5-0 than 3. If you look like 20 years ago in the pools on the Internet Chess Club, my rating was much higher in 5-0 than 3-0 consistently. There's so many bullet players now. Even the weak ones can just like play fast and flag me. I lost to a bunch of 2100s, so it's hard. But whatever. If people like it, it's fun. I'm not going to do a bullet streamer battle. Don't worry. I'm playing the King's Indian attack here. It's like a Dutch. They add ringers. What is a ringer? Alright guys, welcome to the stream. I'm playing Unusual Openings, warming up here with a Chess 960 against Troll. I'm going to be streaming for a little over 2 hours. Schieberspieler, thanks for being part of the stream. I looked at our game yesterday, and you were right, of course, about that rapid game. It was interesting though, I've never played, in my life, I never played that line with white, I don't think. But you played probably the correct way with black. I remember years ago I had black. I probably made some slight inaccuracy. Anyway, guys, real chess here, except it's chess 960. Troll is good, man. Your appreciation for how to coordinate the pieces behind the pawn chain and control the center troll is very fundamental. Could be a good player, this guy. He has too many hang-ups. He won't play normal chess. Won't play 3-0. His rating's 1500. B5 was not only nice, but also good. Yeah, it was the best move. I mean, I knew the minute that you played it, it was best, and you weren't worse. It's thematic. We would call it in English thematic, right? You have to undermine my pawn chain, and it's all working tactically. Probably I was still like equal some way, but some inaccuracies after that. So that's interesting. A ringer in boxing is an amateur boxer on the cusp of professional. I did not know that. I always thought a ringer was something that was like guaranteed to win. But I guess that's the derivation of that meaning. A ringer is when you have like a horse that's like guaranteed to win, like a horse race or whatever. Maybe because all the others are poisoned or something. But I played too badly today. I played 4 games, blundered 4 pieces, scored 0. In what? Still early, Schieberspieler. You're just not awake yet. That's no problem. E4. E4 is a problem. Knight d5, bishop d5, e4. I'm a little concerned about my f4 pawn here. That's my problem. I've got no way to support my f4 pawn. It's left to the dogs, and my bishop is bad. You're a morning player usually. That's how I was in poker, better. I would play like sit and goes in the morning and stuff, but actually that's why I prefer to have my streams in the morning. Working all day will do that to you. But I don't know about Hungarian Team Championship. I have kind of mixed results. I wouldn't call myself a morning player. I think I'm an evening player. If I take the day off and I don't work, I'll be fine. I'm not really a morning person. I do it because I have to. Oh man, troll. What am I going to do with you? The master of perfect chess. He's the master of perfect chess. Lucky that he doesn't lose a piece here, though. Oh man, I'm having hallucinations. I'm lucky I don't lose a piece. See, that's why you don't play chess in the morning, because it moves like this. Damn, that's a weird move. But I don't know what I should have played. I'm not sure I have a good move. I have this problem, and this problem down here. So, like, 95 is suicide. But nothing looks really appealing now. Maybe d4 was like... Why didn't I play e4? e4, knight e4, knight f3 check. I guess e4 would have made more sense. I probably had... I might have even had knight takes d5, actually. Crazy as that seems, probably not. 99% of tactics don't work. Troll. Knight takes d4. Does that make any sense? Maybe it does. God, this is weird. Troll is a genius. Padron Tony, welcome. I just do this to warm up for the game with Wikipoo because he's fast. I don't want to play Chess 960 on Wednesdays, but he's our only challenger, the troll, so this is my warm-up game. It's awful. Look at my bishop at b1. I think I started hallucinating in some moment that it controls f5. It's weird playing Chess 960. I mean, you have weird hallucinations. You start to think your pieces are on their normal starting squares in the middle of the game and stuff like that. I think in one moment I thought this was attacking f5. It deserves to be attacking f5. Troll, just lose on time. The secret is Schieberspieler sleeping until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of chess players have that mastered. Apparently you're not one of those guys. Knight f5, bishop h4, bishop g3. Secret to great chess is sleeping all day and then classic chess playing life. My queen is attacked. Why would you want to trade queens? Either way, he has compensation for the sacrificed pawn. Where should my knight be? Nice bishop. He has knight c4. There's no way he's not going to at least get his pawn back in this position. Pawn back. Queen e2, knight e2, knight c4, bishop c7 takes, and he forks my pawns. And he has no structural problems. I mean, the isolated pawn, but that's really well supported. So that's what I'm talking about. Getting mated isn't a good idea. Oh, I have knight d1. Double exclam. Winning. Winning for white. Clearly winning. Crushing position. Does he seem like 1500? Double the rooks. Compensation. The wheels can still come off. It's tempting to play knight c3. Honestly, the knight on e4 is so strong. God. Leave me alone. Wait, what's my plan? Knight c4. Get rid of isolated pawn. Could maybe sack piece there. He's not slow either. I was really worried about king b5, king a4 there. Sorry for the construction. We got heavy construction here. Maybe a4. I can't even imagine how I can mate him in such a position. How can I possibly checkmate him in this position? That's how. Good defense. Couldn't win a rook there because of king c5. Good battle, troll. Worth every rating point. Not a good choice. Wow, what a fight. So he was like clearly better, practically winning. And I just hung on until I won a pawn, and it was like still a draw. He still has compensation. It's still probably a drawn endgame here. I would imagine. Not easy though. Honestly, I thought king b5, king a4. Computer found something though. It might be too late. I have some chances against his king. The c4 pawn is weak. Sorry, Troll is on the verge of defeat there. Yeah, that was ugly, man. I played d4 in the opening. Well, whatever you call it. Is this the middle game? My god, what a move. Look at this position. Like, clearly worse. It's actually the second best move. It's only -3. After 12 moves, I'm -3. How do you play the opening so well in Chess 960? I don't understand. You like study Chess 960 opening theory, or it's like I'm minus. It's the best move, d4. It looks so awful. Computer's just freaking out. That's my best move on move 13. -2.7. I love this. This is fun. Great game, Troll. It's a lot of fun to be like -3 after 10 moves. Alright, Wiki Poo, we're going to take the challenge from him. Guys, another chance to make the announcement that the team battle is moved to Sunday. So we're going to have a second team battle this week rather than skipping a week. They're going to do the next team battle on Sunday at 3 p.m. CEST. Those of you who just arrived. I don't have the link for the tournament yet. Alright, Wiki Poo left the tournament. He was disgusted yesterday with his result. I know I was with mine. But if you guys do start the tournament, you should really stay until the end to get as many points as you can. It's unrated, you have nothing to lose. Because you're one of the players who counts for the scoring. Wiki Poo, it's not good to drop out unless there's an emergency. Even if you're losing every game. You're not going to lose any rating points, so just try not to drop out next time. So this transposes to a normal line now. c3. It was a strange move order. I don't really know if I can take advantage of it, though. This is the move that bothers me the most. Yeah. I guess we might have played this once. I don't know the theory too well. I'm not really happy with this variation for black, although I've been playing it for a long time. Yeah, we played this once before. It looks like it's a Roy Lopez or Italian game. I was supposed to play weird openings. God damn it. Every time Troll messes me up with his Chess 960 distraction. Troll, you're supposed to play weird openings. Chess 960 doesn't count. Why do I always forget? Alright guys, starting with a weird opening stream. Next game. The chess 960 thing is a good warm-up, but I always forget what I'm doing when I do that. What's up with this? D5? The problem is I always get distracted. It's like the Smyslov King's Indian for me, so I can adapt to the structure. What am I gonna do? Castle, Queen C7. No good now. He's really playing on my side of the board with the A4 in a sense. Shouldn't be a problem. In a sense. But it might be a problem. Okay, we just have to keep the tension, I guess. Complicated chess 960. Chess 960. 960. What? Why didn't he have g4 there? My concern is that I'm dropping a pawn on this b5 exchange. If I ever play like DE, I think, which I would have to tactically, like g4, DE, I'm going to drop this pawn on b5. So actually, I blundered. Probably previous position. Now I can take on f3, I guess, if I have to. If I have to, take c4 is a possibility. I guess. It's a reasonable concept. Just to guard my pawn and prepare something like this. He had better here. He really just needs some familiarity with his system. I think he had e5 and bishop takes h7 check. Possibly. And now it's like more or less okay for black. Close is not good enough. Yes. Seer of all things. Now what do I do? Knight e5 drops a pawn. It's an interesting concept to drop a pawn here. Guess we go for that. Nugget. I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright. We do what you have to do to survive. Sharp position now. Next game, chess 960 is not allowed. Schieberspieler and Bjorn Schock. Definitely unusual openings. It doesn't have to be crazy completely, just something I don't normally play. So Wikipoo just decides to play kind of solidly. This starts to look like a position Schieberspieler would probably like. We have the bishop versus knight. We can blockade that isolated pawn. It feels like I'm playing the Caro-Kann. Schieberspieler is a big fan. I guess you could also just trade. Maybe you could just trade queens there. I'm not sure. Sadly, we probably have to trade this. We do have to trade that off. Make Luft. I'm not sure what the best way to do that is here. G6 or H6. H6 creates less weaknesses than G6, obviously, and you could do something like H4, H5. Black is slightly, I want to say black slightly better, but maybe I'm being too optimistic, realistically. He has a strong pass pawn. Should he necessarily be worse because my pawn is outside? Like yesterday Blavik said in the Queen's Gambit, where I could play c4, push, push, push. The outside pawn with push, push, push is necessarily better than the central pass pawn. I mean, the closer we get to the endgame, the more that's probably true, actually. I don't know in this book, but John Watson, I am from the United States, discussed this concept. Central majority versus queenside majority in a book he has on chess strategy. I'm wondering if he's going to get on the 8th rank against me. Is he going to get down the 8th rank? Then I'm going to wish I had played g6. Crafty moves. What's happening? Rook takes d5. Rook e8 check. Wins for him. See, that's his plan. Try to get me on the back rank. It's probably a draw. That's interesting. Really? Probably a draw. He was too active to win. Funny there, if you try to win like king e4, it's still probably a draw. It would have been funny if he doesn't take the pawn right away, like trying to literally to win with king d4. I go rook b6. He has to go rook b1, and then I start bringing my king over. I would have played like king f8 probably. And then it's still this variation, for example, is still a draw. Yeah, but I think he had better, you know. When I played d5, I was concerned about g4. Peter is not convinced. Pewter. All right. Anyway, I don't know. Schieberspieler is up. Bjorn Schock, Dinekis. I do like to play the subscribers first, if I get the chance. So anyway, I should play the Schieberspieler anyway. Saragossa opening. This doesn't have that much independent value, but I thought we'd give it a try. The reverse Caro. I played this against Prohashka. And I played it against the guy who played the Smith-Hora once, because I was hoping that he would play like e5 and I could play c4, but he didn't let me. c3, e5, c4, double exclamation point. So I don't want to just like transpose to the. I don't want to just transpose to the London system. That's probably like the best move for white. d4. Let's try something interesting. Did you see if I took d5? I didn't see that, BB Chess. Took d5? I didn't see that. In which position? In which position? c3. I assumed there was something there, a combination, and you win my rook on e4. You have some long sequence of checks, and then queen e4 check. You're winning a piece. Instead of rook a8. I guess that combination, you win a pawn, or you win a rook. Finally, rook f5 and g4, skewering my rook to my king. When I wish I had played g6. So that's an interesting question. When I played h6, you know, should I have played g6 instead? The birds opening. Birds is the words. Birds is the words. So how do I play e4 here? Birds is simply a closed Sicilian with colors reversed. Well, no, I mean it's like a closed Sicilian. So I can't play e4. g3 is a little slow. So I'm just playing the birds with like c3 a little early here. That might not be good. I've noticed one of our Hungarian chess players, Galyas Miklos, plays the birds opening sometimes. He did that in the GM tournament I played it in the IM group in February against somebody. Queen c7 from Schieberspieler, really trying to go for it here. That's just rude. Just rude. Yeah, I did something like this with white once, except it was with like c6 or c6 instead of c5. Why can't I get some sort of counterplay here? I mean, I don't know. I really don't have a lot of options. I have to just play bishop g2. You're gonna do that? You're allowed to do that? It's just not fair. You're telling me that my c3 is too slow? How dare you play like this with black? Think you can do anything. Refuting my Dutch. Refuting my Dutch. Reversed. There has to be something here for white. That extra tempo. My extra tempo. Is my extra tempo worth nothing? My extra tempo is right there. But anyway, feels like there should be something for white. E4. If I could play E4. F5. Alright, I don't have too much time. E4 is coming. Now his queen is active. Where does his queen go? Doesn't really have a natural square. That's what I'm thinking. E7 is awkward, H5 is awkward, F5 is awkward. This is like the least awkward of the awkwards. But it's not so clear that this is necessarily good for black. I get it. Black's play is very reasonable. Again, the best move. Why do you keep playing the best move every single time? It's so annoying. Very good play. Queen check. And the problem with Schieberspieler is that he can adapt to an endgame. He's not like some middle game, crazy middle game player who can't play the endgame. He's more than happy to just like transpose to an endgame if the position demands it. Black is probably slightly better. But maybe my pawns in the center will be enough to maintain the balance here. Stupid birds opening. Stupid birds. Alright, time is money, friend. The goblins say in Warcraft. Welcome guys to the stream. So, short stream today, just till 1:15. As usual, on Wednesdays, I have my recordings I do in the afternoon. So, Queen E7. Wow. This was unexpected. This was unexpected. I'm an unhappy camper. E4. Well, it looks a little early to play E4. Maybe I should wait till next move. Why do I have to play E4 first? I was actually worried about something else, to be honest. The master of positional play. Strategic purist. Makes you want to play the birds opening, doesn't it? It's exciting. Queen b5. Damn it. Looking for a tactic there. Now I really dropped a pawn. Not so clear. Gonna lose on time, probably. I lost a pawn. What? Alright, classic queen ending. I did lose a pawn. Pretty difficult for him, though. No king shelter. Oh, good move. God damn it, Jerry. that way. You had a better move there. Still probably a perpetual. You have that check. No. Dude, are you serious? It's really a draw here. I can't believe it's perpetual with 2 pawns like that. My queen around. I thought I was winning at that point. Yeah, he was probably losing. And someone, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he had screwed it up. But I never should have saved. I mean, never should have won. Objectively. I think he was almost winning. When you got the second pawn with a5. Here. Computer doesn't think it's a win, though. It's funny, I thought about queen f3. But I never imagined that's a draw. That's seriously messed up. Dude, I can trade queens here. This actually occurred to me. Are you serious? The computer can't be right. How the heck is this a draw? Really? King e5? There's no way. Wow. That's messed up. 47? You were winning? Here you're winning. King f5. Yeah, of course. Keep the pawn. So after a5, is there any way I can hold? Yes, that's the move. This is unbelievable. I thought about it, but I didn't believe it would hold, you know. Obviously, it's an obvious move. His pawn structure on the queen side is... But that's instructive, you know. You would assume that black is just winning, but it's probably not a win. Interesting. Because his pawn structure is this bowl on the queen side, so now it's hard to create a pass pawn. The key idea would be, obviously, take, king f6. If king f4, what is it, like you can play g5? Even this might hold. How does this work? g5 check, king e4, take, king e6, king f4, king d5, king g5, king d4, so that's inferior. I have to play this first. Then you try to shoulder me. Then I can take the opposition, and I mean, I don't know. It's a draw. Wow. King f5, king f3. That's a crazy position here. Pawn down. No way for black to win. But you can certainly try. This is ridiculous. King c2, if b5. What a position. Now you're winning. So maybe it is winning all along. Can't trust the engine. You cannot trust this engine. The horizon. Then it's winning. Crazy. Why is this evaluation coming at 0.5? King c2. Obviously b5. Wow. This is really a draw. That's crazy. Because of the rook pawns. Damn. But that's very hard to say. You gotta have a lot of experience. Like, I probably would find it in a tournament game if I had enough time. At least in the old days when we had enough time for the end games. Actually, I probably would lose now with 90 minutes for 40 moves and 30-second increments. I would lose. If I had extra time, like the old days, we used to play 40 moves in 2 hours and then 20 moves in 1 hour. I probably could have found and calculated this ending. But honestly, I probably would have lost. I probably wouldn't have gone into it. Bjorn Schock, Dinekis, Sidan, and LVN. LVN, I don't know if you're a subscriber. Good game, Schieberspieler. It's a fascinating endgame. You know, that queen endgame. I wonder if I could have played better before that. Thanks for the game. Sidan is a subscriber. Guys, subscribers can play first. I'm going to play something unusual. I like the Budapest Gambit. I played it once when I was under the influence of marijuana. My only Budapest ever. Under the influence. But, not good. I wanted to play the Budapest, but there's too many other fun openings to play. Mamadjarov plays it, but I don't like Bishop f4 g5. He plays that. Bishop f4 g5 is anti-positional and I think dubious for black. We've also had a number of players on the stream who like to play knight e4, the so-called Fajarowicz variation, which I always thought was like patently unsound. But it's not that easy to beat Fajarowicz, I found. I never actually had any games against a good player until streaming here. A couple people who are decent players started to play that against me. I always thought it was utter rubbish, like knight e4, but it's not that bad. You can play it, probably. Okay, so main line, knight f3, bishop c5, and then now e3 is forced. LVN, you play the Budapest all the time. Yeah, it's a good practical opening. Is this the best? This is normal. I don't play it much. Just sometimes here on Wednesdays. I studied it a little bit, you know, years ago. I did really toy with playing it then. Then when I lost the one time I played it, that upset me, you know. I lost to a 2100 player. Guys, thanks for the donations. We had, by the way, we had a earlier donation. I didn't really thank you guys for that. From Agnes Kardewski for 300 bits. Twitch is so slow to update itself. Like, I don't even realize when people donate and I miss it. Because the website is so laggy that, like, Agnes Kardewski still says 200 bits there. So it's all Twitch's fault if I don't thank you guys. Anti-Budapest. Schieberspieler just avoids the discussion. Berenson Chess also donated. And Berenson also helped us a lot with the subscriber emotes. E6 I've never seen before. Weird. I mean, I would assume I just take with the F pawn and play dynamically, but this does change the structure. I mean, I can take with the D pawn and be fine. If I take with the F pawn, I feel like I'm playing some kind of English defense. This is more dynamic, although I'm weaker on this diagonal. There's stuff with like queen h5. Gotta watch my king. It's perfectly safe to take the other way. But playing the Budapest with black, you know, you want to play. You're trying to play aggressively. Now it looks like he's in trouble now. You had e6 played a bunch of times. Yeah, I don't believe it should be good. Mikhail Seitlin never mentioned it in his 80s or 90s Budapest book. It's hard to find a good book on the Budapest. Probably some foreign language. There's probably some good German book on the Budapest Gambit I don't know about. Definitely in Russian. But an English language Budapest book, I haven't seen any. There probably is one that's decent. There's just loads and loads of chess books in the last 20 years. Damn, mate in one. So that's why you play the Budapest. It's definitely not good for people. It's strange because Sidam plays the London system, so maybe he's just trying to play. He's just trying to play d4 c4 for the first time. That's what happens. Like I criticize him for playing the London system, and he loses in 8 moves to the Budapest. You think that the Budapest is easy to refute, LVN? I don't know about that, man. Refute is a relative term. I don't think it's refuted. There's even the famous match where Karpov lost in the candidates tragically to Nigel Short, which like created the joke world championship of Nigel Short versus Kasparov. I think he lost the game against Short in Budapest. Karpov did. Alright. Gilgamesh. Also from Madursag. So, are any of these players subscribers? Like, I don't think you guys are actually... Maybe Dinek has got a gift sub. I'm not sure. I'm just going to take the challenge. You all get to play. You all get to play. I'm like a southerner. Y'all get to play. I don't talk like that. Definitely not a southerner. But anyways, Bjorn Schock. Bjornsen, thank you for the donation, 100 bits. Got the Hungarian ambulances, a little bit of construction, a little bit of everything for you guys. You be in a comfortable position. That's the problem, though. Like, how do you choose like which variation to play with white? Looks like Bjorn Schock has stepped away from the computer. So Casimon challenging me to 4-0, but it's not conducive to me chatting. 4-0 is not conducive to chat and discussion, which I like to do. So if you could re-challenge me, I only have till 1:15, so I have a little over an hour, but I can play at least 4 games. But Casimon needs to re-challenge to like 5+3. That's the minimum. I don't know. Bjorn Schock, I guess, got disconnected. We'll just cancel, and if he comes back, I'll let him get in the line. Get back his place in the line. I don't know what else to do. You love Jodie Foster's accent. Jodie Foster, I don't know where she's from originally. It's a good question. But her character in that movie is supposed to be like a southerner. I can't remember. That doesn't really... Not a memorable part of the movie for me. Alright, unusual openings. Unusual openings. I played the birds by transposition. Let's try e4. Dinekas probably plays the Sicilian. The wing gambit. Camel culture. You know, it's funny that you showed up. I was just about to send you a message. Someone mentioned you. Acerbate, I guess, mentioned you, that he saw your stream or something. And I thought, hey, Camel Culture hasn't been here for a long time. So yesterday it popped in my mind to send a message out to you to see how you are. B4, CB4. So I don't know anything about the Wing Gambit. Yeah, I mean, it is hard for you guys in America, Las Vegas, Colorado, especially West Coast, East Coast, whatever, to do my European streams. We have a team battle here, which we did yesterday, and it's like 2 p.m. Hungary time, so that's what, like, if you're Mountain Time, 8 hours earlier, which would be so 4 a.m. The 4 a.m. stream. This is even earlier. It's not that late for you. It's only 2 a.m. You should be awake. It's just 2 a.m. How can you complain about that? So what's this? We're playing the it's 4 a.m. How is it 4 a.m.? I don't understand. Oh, it's 4 a.m. Yeah, 12 minus 8 is 4. Very deep. 12 minus 8 equals 4. That makes sense. Very deep. So it's like the Joko piano. Classic Wing Gambit. It's funny, I never really tried to play the Wing Gambit, but one thing that I was stuck in my mind was I like Kyrgios a lot. Paul Kyrgios, one of the greatest players ever not to be world champion. And he had some games where he played the Wing Gambit. The Wing Gambit, which is incredible for a player of his level. I could see like Bronstein playing the Wing Gambit. He played a lot of crazy stuff. But Kyrgios played correspondence chess. He would like play stuff like the Wing Gambit in his early games in correspondence. The Wing's Gambit. So that always inspired me, but not enough to play it in a tournament game. I don't like it that much. Not that easy to play against, though. Anyway, it's fun for white. We can go h4 here. You want to go caveman. The Wing's Gambit. It's good to see camel culture. The clutcher of camels. Not enough camels around these days. I mean, zoos are becoming more and more sparse. So, camel culture. Not zoos, I mean circuses, sorry. I'm losing it here. The circus camels, harder to come in contact with. So, he has to stick to zoos exclusively now that Barnum and Bailey is like out of business. That's cool, okay. So you're in the team. Yeah, I know, but the times are difficult. East Coast is not that bad, I guess. But if you're in Mountain Time or Pacific Time, it's pretty hard. Alright, so Dinekis is on Greek time. Where's my attack here? This knight is great. Does a lot there. Yeah, we had 7th place in our team battle yesterday. I played horribly. Probably single-handedly took us from like 5th, 6th place to 7th. I suck at 3.0. Probably I could be okay if I practice all the time. People were like berserking me, like 2100s berserking me, and I just like lost every game. It was funny too because like the first couple of streamer battles, I literally had like 1 or 2 people berserk against me. They're like, I am. Oh, I'm not gonna berserk. Now everybody knows I'm like this old and slow wannabe. And everyone berserks against me. If I was in good form, I would kick their butts, though. Been having trouble sleeping lately. So I don't know what to do. We don't seem to have an attack here. Finally, I'm going to go h5. Or h4, h5. Optimistic thinking about h5. Well, it seems like pretty standard. It seems like a pretty standard wing gambit. I'm playing it like it's the white side of a Lopez. No, we might have something pretty soon. I'd love to play e5 if I can get it. I wonder about bishop f4 walking into e5. e5 for me, he just takes it. They don't want us to participate and moved it to Sunday. What do you mean, us? Masturbate. It's a conspiracy. Why is Black not mated yet? Because he's not mated yet. I don't see a mate, realistically. God damn. This is a stupid move. I don't know. His rating is suspiciously low. It's not, it's just stupid. It's not patient and positional. It's just stupid. The fact of the matter is I don't have enough compensation for the pawn here, and just worse. Queen e2 is the product of not having a good move. No, this is rubbish. And this move was going to happen. If I play knight g5, he just plays f6, and I'm lost. He can just resign, down a pawn for nothing. Anyway, I'm lost. I'm in an optimistic mood. I just don't believe in my position, even in the slightest. And black is not 1753 either. This was a game where I dropped a rook. I guess he has more than one account. So we played him before under another account, many games. Look at this. f6 with knight f7 to come. Everyday run-of-the-mill 1700. Can I resign now? Why are you 1700? He's playing like a grandmaster. Perfect defense. I don't think I ever had anything. The wing gambit is just weak. Probably there's better ways to play it though. Oh, what is a Core Blast stream like? I haven't had the fortune of seeing one of those. I never knew Jonathan too well. Just to say hi. I don't think I ever played him in a chess game. If you have nothing nice to say, you know the rule. The rule they taught us in kindergarten. You have nothing nice to say nothing at all. Rook b3. This guy is pretty good with the weird maneuvers, like knight d8, knight f7, now knight a7. Excellent play with bishop g4, blah blah blah. So now what happens if I take with a rook? Is there some problem with that? Some reason why I can't? I guess I'd rather not wreck my kingside structure if I can help it. So this was his point. Shouldn't change the situation that much. I'm a little concerned about rook a8 now. Not sure if rook b3 was the right move. But actually, it's fine. Rook a8 I can take on b5. So, we're not worse, it appears. That's an accomplishment. Because I was worse like the whole game. Most likely. How do you like my knight on g3? Is that a good piece? Excellent. Thank you. I know it's excellent. I just wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page with how good that piece is. Now that was a surprise. Damn. He's a master of maneuvering. And f5 of all things. Whoa. I can't really predict what he's going to do next. I guess it's probably a draw. With only one pawn up in the knight and rook in game. But you never know. One can never knows. I can definitely drop a rook here. Is my rook trapped? Easy draw. He's 1700 in bullet, by the way. I just want to point that out. Trapped my rook on g5. Like, seriously, dude? You're 1700 in bullet? I mean, dude, what is this? What is this? Seriously. You're like a master or something. How can you be 1700 in bullet? I mean, this is an excellent game by Black. What's with the ratings? Actually, this was an excellent game. I mean, I'm just drawing. You looked at my rating. Apparently, Let's check this game. So I'm not winning a pawn up endgame. He traps my rook in the middle of the board. It's a draw. Clear pawn up in a knight and rook versus. So it's a draw. Even if I played a better move there. That's funny that there's a saving move for me here. How would that even possibly save the game? Knight c4. What? Rescuing the e5 square for my rook. That's funny. I could save the game with knight c4. But I don't know about your bullet rating, dude. Doesn't seem very realistic. Alright. LVN is up next. Guys, I only have time for like probably 3 or 4 more games. I'm trying to play unusual openings. Game analysis Thursday. Yes, submit a game. Actually, nobody knew about it. Astrobate just submitted a game. I'm glad you mentioned it. So I'm going to do game analysis on Thursday. I really haven't played the All-Star Arena the last couple Thursdays, the 3+2 thing, with my Hungarian friends. But I'm going to do game analysis on Thursday. So please submit games if you're a subscriber to the stream. English is so boring. Let's try this. E4, E5, A3. That's got to be good. Yeah, Xerox, absolutely submit a game. I suppose the Vienna with A3 is a thing for white. Preventing bishop E4. It's prophylactic. There's that move in the 4 knights, but it's probably not as good here. Padron and Tony. Guys, don't wait too long because the stream is tomorrow night for a subscriber stream. Right, so D5 seems right. Now I pretty much like have to take. I'm playing a reverse scotch with the extra move A6. Fine by me. Try to think of what setup though. I mean, would A6 really benefit me in the scotch? Almost nowhere. Clearly no variation where I'm castling queenside. I guess in the 4 knights. Doesn't matter. Knight F3, Knight C6. That doesn't help me. So which position would it actually... Is this relevant in any position? Not really. Not really. Queen H5. A3 is just utterly useless. In some position where I could retreat this bishop back, it would be good. That doesn't seem relevant here. There's no knight b4. So maybe queen h5 was a good move? Is that what you're telling me? I should play... Shit. I should play the Steinitz variation with queen h5. Your game with Asa Hoffman. Does Asa play on lichess? I played with him on ICC years ago. He's a relic. God, man. We played over the board blitz when I was practically a teenager. In fact, he doesn't know any better. He plays on chess.com. A lot of older dudes are like that. Like, they don't get it. They don't understand, like, chess.com sucks. They just barely, like, turning on the computer or whatever. It's funny because, like, the second tournament I ever played in, I remember, it was, like, the U.S. Class Championship in 1985. I remember being, like, a 1300 player, and Asa Hoffman walking around the Skittles room, like, trying to hustle me and everybody to play blitz with him for money. He did that for, like, 30 years. But he's a legend. New York City chess legend. Anyways. It's funny, though, that somebody who I can remember from my second tournament ever in 1985 is still around. A character for my chess life, 1985. Yeah, I mean, old dudes don't know the difference between chess.com and any other site. We get old, we become like children again. That's what Perry Farrell said. But, Bishop c5. So this is basically a Scotch, standard Scotch kind of reversed. I don't know the standard Scotch lines very well. So I should have, like Camel Culture pointed out, taken advantage of the failure to have knight b4 by playing 3 queen h5. Cool idea. Guys, I got time for at least 3 more games. Queen g3, castles, right? I mean, I guess you could play moves like knight e4. Honestly, like, this still could be a factor that he doesn't have knight b4 in this type of position as well. Knight e4, bishop e7. Is that a thing? Is this a blunder? Can I get some more questions? You also play Mark Ginsburg. Ginsburg's old, but he's, you know, he's not that old as Asa. But he's probably on chess.com because he has some friends there, I guess. He's more computer savvy, probably. But I don't know. Sad but true. Ginsburg I met in like 1990, 1991. We played in Washington, D.C. in the tournament. I remember I played Ginsburg and Maurice Ashley. They were both like 2,500. And I drew them both. But I was only like a 2250 player, 2300 max. Queen g3. Okay, I don't know this line of the Scotch well enough. Yeah, Vasyukov was some Russian grandmaster. I never had occasion to face him. I've only played one tournament in Russia my whole life. So I haven't faced too many of those guys. Of course, online is a different story. But he's a famous player. Okay, LVN. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in the Scotch here. Taking the pawn is dangerous. Black's starting f5, so I'm pretty confused, honestly. Pretty confused about this. I guess I could play something unsound, like knight e4, bishop e7, h4, f5, knight g5. That's literally what I'm reduced to. Alright, I don't have to play h4. I can play d3. But I don't know what I'm doing. You have to talk to someone who plays this line of the black side of the scotch. Queen e5 looks a tad greedy. And I need to be able to put my knight on g5. Yeah, free pawn. For a computer, maybe. I'm not into that. It looks dangerous and greedy, but it is a central pawn. Maybe you'd like to snack on that pawn. Maybe you're right. Maybe this obsession should be made. An exception should even be made for that pawn. Yeah, free pawn. Queen e5, knight d7, queen g3. He could mess with my queen a lot, though. Like, queen e5, knight d7, queen g3, bishop h4. It's a little weird, but I suppose you're right. I don't know, my queen is close to getting trapped. There was an IM on ICC who played hundreds of thousands of bullet games, rated by 1,500 a bullet. There was this guy who was like got his title through an illegal. I remember. Well, I know one such player like that who was this. Well, I think he was he got his title in like some arranged tournament. The only player I can think of that fits that description. Bishop g5, the Tooth Fairy. It wasn't Tooth Fairy, was it? Bishop g5, bishop g3, bishop d8, bishop f2 check, king f2. There was this like really weak player who got the IM title at a late age, but it looked like the tournament where he got his title or tournaments were dubious. I guess I should take this pawn, man. Whatever. Maybe Camel Culture was right all along. There are these sketchy places in the world. I've seen some strange arranged tournaments, but it's pretty rare. This guy was an example. But I did some research on it at one point. Just it was like a mystery. I didn't really care, but it was an interesting sort of case. LVN. You certainly confused me here. I had played the guy like, tons of games on ICC. He was like an FM, maybe. And then, his finger notes said he was like 70 years old. And then one day he like magically had the IM title. I was like, that's strange. How did that happen? And then I did some research and I figured out that he played in a certain country in some weird tournaments and actually knew some of the people involved. BG5. The Bee Gees. I have a bad feeling about this. But I have to be honest, like, I don't know that many examples of people, like, buying their titles. You could count it on one hand. The amount of really suspicious stuff I've seen. But this guy, like, went on, like, a title tour or something. Paid for his title. But Robbie Adamson is well known. I'm not talking about him. Why do you mention that? But he's heavily involved with chess.com, probably. Just because his friends are. He was always friends with Danny Wrench, because they're both from Arizona. But I always like Robbie. Robbie. I don't know if he ever got the IM title, man. But he's cool. I just dropped a piece. Not my day. Interesting game by LVN. I mean, what is going on here with this game? Strong. Sergey, oh no, this is some other guy. Alright, so I just lost a piece. So what's up with this game? Perfect game by black, just horrible by me. I couldn't find a place for my queen. I mean, this is my fear. Yeah, it's just better for black, automatically. I was actually okay now. I was okay now. I was okay now. I was okay now. And you tricked me with knight f6. But see, I panicked here because you have queen a5 check. You just lied to me. But I thought I was losing because of queen a5 check. b4, knight takes b4. So this doesn't work. You just lied to me. Complete bluff. My move's okay. And now what? Queen e7. And I missed knight takes h7. This is just a blunder. But now I didn't find a move. Can't just give you a piece. So that's why I suck at bullet chess. Degenerating into bullet at the end. I just start to panic. Another loss. I don't think that Robbie Adamson ever got an IM title, Agnes Karagiewski, but he's a lawyer. I think he works outside of chess full time. But it's possible he did. I didn't hear about it, but I don't hear about a lot of stuff. Robbie, well, I don't think he ever got to 2400 FIDE, so that would be the. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an IM norm or two. But I think for Robbie, it would be too hard for him to get to 2400 FIDE. He would have to gain 100 rating points somehow, you know. Because I don't think he ever got to 2400 FIDE. Maybe if he like quit working and played chess full time, he could get the IM title. He certainly had a lot of talent. He was an excellent blitz player. Take care, Camel Culture. Sleep well. I don't know much about the Lakdawala early years. He's older than me, so he was a title player. But I never went to California much. Not my scene. You seem to be familiar with the West Coast players. I'm in the East Coast, Hungary. Take care, guys. The East Coast of Hungary. Actually, I'm not. Gilgamesh playing a weird setup here. I might just take this opportunity to play c4. But how do we get on the subject anyway? I don't know anything about that guy, Xerox, you're talking about. There's a lot of weird players from like Russia who are IMs. They're rated like 2000. Maybe they naturally went down to 2,200 and they started. I mean, I know an IM here in Hungary who's like 2,080. And he's not that old. Maybe start selling some games because you get desperate or something. Duras Gambit. I forgot to play Weird Opening this game. Sorry. I'm not sure I know what the Duras Gambit is. Well, you know, Sladgie Emil is like 2,080. I mean, he's a friend of mine. It's ridiculous he's 2,080 though, you know. 2,200 maybe. But he's too strong to be 2,080. But that's ridiculous. I don't know how he could have gone from 2,200 to 2,080. It's stupid. But you do go to tournaments, sometimes see people who are IMs who are rated like 1,900. Yeah, he lost all his rating points in first Saturday, where there's like all kinds of these like. Basically, you play every month in an FM group, and you play with dozens of little kids from India who are rated like 1,700 and play 2,100 level. Imagine the effect on your rating if you do that every month. If you just continuously play people who are underrated by like 300 or 400 points, what's going to happen to your ELO rating? You've got to lose. Look at this by Gilgamesh. He's sacking a piece. The bishop takes t5. Asterbait, where are you? It's like Asterbait's soul brother. That's an awesome sack. That might even be sound. Though I would think that I could play f5 here. Is this like the Asterbait sacrifice from yesterday, Schieberspieler? Or different? The Gilgamesh is 2,060. This is kind of tricky. You can't play in tournaments with 1,700 little kids who are 2,100 level and not lose all your rating points. That's what Emil did. It's a disaster. But he needs money, and he plays these tournaments, gets paid a little bit of money to play. The sack looks more correct than an Asterbait sack. That's what we heard from Schieberspieler. I am very nervous about my position here. How about knight f6? Nice and compact. Rook e1 check, bishop e6. The problem is knight f6. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight d4. Oof. This is getting very scary suddenly. He's got that pin here. Well, I guess India in particular, because there's so many players, a lot of them, by the law of big numbers, have to be underrated. I don't know. Just so many players. But in general, people are playing more online and getting better without playing tournament games, and that's where the problem comes in, I think. I play people on lichess, and you look at their profile, they say they're like 1,500 FIDE, but they just played like a 2,100 level game against me. So there's two possibilities, you know, it's someone else playing, or they really are a 1,500 FIDE rated player who plays like a 2,100. That's going to be a problem. If I play that person in an over-the-board tournament, my rating points are gone, you know. That's why the Glico rating system kind of makes sense, for one thing. Actually, I am kind of screwed here. Knight d6. How do I defend? Wow. I think I'm going to be losing again. Despise me a minute. Maybe I'll castle queenside. securing the e-file momentarily. If you use the Glyco rating system, it takes into consideration like how active people have been playing. So if you have like somebody who hasn't played a tournament in 2 years, been playing online, just getting better without their rating being affected, that takes that into consideration. So you're going to lose your game more points or less points. I mean, this is the case more and more with people playing online. They're just like getting better, but they don't have time to play over the board, especially with little kids. Imagine now during the pandemic how much like little kids are getting better, playing tons and tons online while there's no school. And then they're going to come back like a year after the pandemic. Their rating's like 1600. They're going to go to tournaments and just start killing people. Because they're no longer 1600, they're like 2000 or 2100 strength. I've got to be very selective about where I play. I wasn't too selective in the last couple of years. I just played whatever. That's where all my rating points went. Big opens with old people. That's the way to go. That's where you want to be for rating points. Big opens with lots of old people playing. Alright, so Gilgamesh played Rook E1 finally. That strikes me as not good enough for him. Actually, what is he going to do on Queen D7? The white squares. Well, honestly, Schieberspieler, your rating is even more underrated than mine. You should be selective, but at the same time, I feel like you should almost automatically gain points, even if you don't choose a good tournament to play in. But like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend playing in the First Saturday FM group or something like that for anybody, unless you're like a 1700 kid from India. You're just gonna lose your rating points. Even the IM group in First Saturday isn't that great. Open tournaments with old people. That's the place to go. The problem is like older people, like you gotta get some pensioners. Middle-aged people don't play anymore, they don't have time. Okay, bishop c5. Dropping a piece for nothing. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. When I started playing chess in the 80s, middle-aged people actually played in tournaments. Even in the early 90s. But lately, things have changed. So it's like just kids and pensioners and no one else. And that's the problem. Gilgamesh is tough, but he's slower than me, which is hard to do. It was an enterprising sacrifice. I think he has enough compensation. Let's check this. Guys, I have to go in like 20 minutes, but this is too interesting to not take a look for a moment at the sacrifice. Bishop takes d5. So first the computer wanted to do my first idea, which was like take and play knight f6. Then it passed that up. You have to take the sack. Takes, and then my first idea was this, which I didn't think was good enough. See, this is the problem. We get pinned here, and then there's the problem with the e-file as well. The computer doesn't believe now. It thinks this was okay. Interesting. So finally I played f5. So at the end of the day, the engine thinks the other way was better, not playing f5. Question mark f5. Yeah, I think in general, Schieberspieler, you would do better. Well, actually, both of us would do better in opens. But it also has to do with, you know, closed versus open tournaments, probably some amount of how good is your opening preparation. If you're good at preparing for opponents, then maybe a round robin is better for you. That would come in consideration. And we were lucky here. We didn't lose this one. I have time for like at least one more game. You feel you can, you know, you're too strong for your rating. You're not going to lose points. But maybe you need more self-confidence. It may just be a mental thing. So this sometimes you run into a very passive move by white. That's not good. You've never played a round robin. Well, it's especially good if you're particularly skilled at preparing for opponents with the database and stuff. Last week I was talking about how I had to play Shankland in the first round of one of the first Saturday GM tournaments, and I was complaining how he was like using the computer like right before the round in the Chess Federation to prepare for the game. I thought it was kind of unsportsmanlike. Like, the pairings are made 5 minutes before the round, and he was doing that. I was like, dude, I don't have a computer. At the Chess Federation. Brings it with him. But anyway, for players like that, like a Shankland, who's so into preparation, then the round robin is way better than an open. It depends. But I think in general, opens are better. It used to be a rule that you had to have a round robin norm if you want to get a title, and now the rule is no longer in existence. So that's why the first Saturday sort of started to die. Round robin. Look at this guy. Who is this guy? Kasiman 1719. He's like strategic genius, understanding about exchanging the bishop pair off. We played once before, but I mean, that's kind of an advanced concept I don't expect to see when I'm playing someone who's like 17. And this is kind of precarious for me. Got to be careful. Right, if you guess your opponent for team championships, if you're not playing top board, that's why I like to be first board on second team. Or second division. I can play first board so I don't get surprised about who I'm playing. And this guy has a strange style for 1719. Okay, he's actually 1869, but still. Very surgical, no weaknesses. Kind of fast. That's scary. I don't remember the first game, but he's now threatening maybe to play knight b7. I'm going to allow it. Again with the annoying move. Now we've got to be careful. think he's like... He was actually doing well until this move. God. He might have even been better there. Yeah, I like his play too. Like, no weaknesses. Even though he didn't know theory, like... Now he's starting knight d4. It's unusual for a player of this rating to be able to play such a tight game with no weaknesses of any kind. I mean, normally if you don't create weaknesses, you can't lose. I don't understand how a player rated 1700 plays like that. Most people have tendency. He must just make blunders. Here he's played a little bit quickly now. So finally we have a mistake. I'm not sure though if I have enough here. I have to play bishop e6. He's still in the game. Now hopefully I don't drop a piece or something. This reminds me of one of my games from the team battle the other day. He's used 37 seconds and he still hasn't lost any material. I mean, I'm probably winning here, but do I really want to do that? The strongest 1700 ever. And still, I can barely extract any advantage. It's crazy. What is this? Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Look at this guy. It's like a master. Wow. I don't know, man. That's pretty impressive. It is ugly, but I don't see a forced win. Maybe it's Zugzwang. I don't want to trade rooks. I mean, I have rook here. Is that even enough? You know, I let him play c4 if I go there. I feel like that's probably a mistake. He's used a minute for the whole game, and he's 1800. So now I can play e3. That was his biggest blunder yet. Though I agree it's a difficult position. Probably I should be winning. Now, Schieberspieler likes it. We like this endgame now. Check. Finally, he collapsed. He only used 1 minute for the whole game. And almost held. As it was. Barely managed to beat him. Lots of pawns now. This looks problematic. Everything's under control. I have 3 connected pass pawns. Game over. Guys, I'll play one more game. We got a last challenge against Random Rabbit. The The bold random rabbit. Roger Rabbit. Let's play the Grobe. Grobe. The Grobe. I hate the Grobe. But just to be different. To be true to the weird opening stream. I'll even play the Grobe. Even though I hate it. With a passion. I don't hate it as much as the London system. What's the best way to play the white side of the Grobe? No clue. Is it... I know there's this line with like bishop g2, bishop takes g4, c4, c6, but that actually sucks for white. But I guess the whole Grobe sucks. The Grobe just sucks by nature. Yes, there is, Agnes Kariuski. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this variation is supposed to be, like, you know, the old way to play it. Like, bishop g2, bishop g4, c4. But even, like, you can look at, like, a Dorian's analysis from 20 years ago. It's still valid. Nothing has happened there. Black just better in that Grobe gambit. So white needs to come up with new ideas. New ideas in the Grobe. We'll have to ask Timur Gareyev or something. When he's not playing 100-player blindfold exhibitions. What's his feeling about the Grobe gambit? The guy plays all kinds of garbage openings. Very creative. He seems a little bit out there, slightly off for like a 2600 player. But I guess that's his bag, you know. You gotta have a bag. For Gareyev, it's like really weird openings. So now I break the pin. I used to play h4 for fun on move 1 a lot because I felt it was less weakening than the Grobe. The Grobe. h4 only weakens 1 square and g4 weakens 2. Bold Random Rabbit with a very mature game here. Another player who seems extremely strong for his rating. Guys, Thursday is analysis stream, so everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. Please submit some games for analysis. I'm going to go with the Pavel Blatny maneuver. Although I might get pinned if I do that. E4 weakens the f4 square a lot. Thursday's an analysis stream to prepare for All-Star Arena. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, after my performance on Tuesday, like, do I really want to play in the All-Star Arena? We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I have no time to play, like, practice games. It sucks, you know, I'm teaching all the time, and I really, my blitz game sucks. I play a handful of games on the stream, not that many strong players, and then the 3-0 doesn't count, pretty much. I need to play more to play blitz well. I just don't play enough games, and I'm like slow and out of practice when I go to play. The only pawn to Swiss where the winner won all the games. I know, but I was thinking about it. I feel kind of bad about it because DK guy just like got disconnected against me. I didn't really win 7 games. I only won 6. It is kind of funny though, because it reminds me of DK guy's joke. How we finished 6 out of 7th out of 6 teams or whatever. I don't know, Bold Random Rabbit, you're 1400 going on 19. Hard to imagine how Bold Random Rabbit can be 1400. You'd have to just like drop pieces outright, like every game, to play this well and be 1400. But maybe my style suits him. I'm not that aggressive or tactical. Creeping up on black here on the king side. I mean, it sounds like I'm constantly saying this about everybody's underrated, but I mean, seriously, like, how many 1400 players on lichess play this solidly? That's impossible. He's 1642. That's getting a little more like it. And you'd think, oh, well, he's slow. You know, he's 1400 because he's slow, but he's faster than me still. Now the combative move f6. Wow. Placing his pawns on the correct color. I don't have any advantage here. I don't think. Unless I can go for this. That actually looks a little bit risky. Probably just wrong. Unless I can really take on g7. I'm sure there's a tactic for that. And anyway, this doesn't clearly do anything. Stupid move. No, I mean, it wasn't fair. I didn't deserve 7 points. I did not beat DK Guy. In fact, he played like perfectly. He sacked a pawn with a4, and the engine said he was slightly better when he disconnected. So technically I only had 6 points. It was an asterisk. Guys, it's my last game today. I gotta go. Bold Random Rabbit, you're not 1464. I don't know, dude. Too good. Knight h5 is probably a mistake. I don't know what I should play here. Rook f1, knight e2, knight f3. I have no advantage. f6 was a great move. Now I'm surprised by takes. He's trading off his strong point on e5. That seems like a mistake. I don't know which way to take, actually. It's a small mistake for black, I think, to trade off their strong point on e5. I would think it was a small mistake. Perhaps there's a tactical justification. Now there's the e-file here, although that can also work in black's favor. He has interesting tactics, like trying to trap my knight. Bishop g4, knight g7, maybe. And then rook g8, trapping the knight directly. I might have to go back. Bishop g4, bishop f3 is a possibility. Ah, found it. So knight g7. So he's obviously weak tactically. Or maybe he's just listening to the stream. If you can calculate knight, bishop g4, knight g7, rook g8, trapping that guy, that's pretty advanced. I probably have to go back here. Just doesn't work. I thought knight h5 was dubious. Bishop g4 proves it. I feel like I'm playing like a 1900. Like a good 1900 though. Not a weak one. But I managed to win a couple games against him. He drew the last one. But there was a quick draw. Oh, that was that the last game of the stream? I agreed to a draw because I figured there was no way to beat him anyway. I remember that now. Yeah, no way to beat him anyway, so I just gave him a draw. 1400. Dude, what is going on here? You're 1400? What is the deal? You're not 1400. Now black's probably almost winning. Tactics, knight g6, double attack. Knight g6, knight f2, knight f4, knight g4, knight g2. Maybe I can... Knight g6, knight f2. Knight f4, knight g4, knight g2. Maybe I can trap your knight on g2, the opposite. Of course he has solid moves, like knight f5. I mean, I'm just trying to find a win for black. Maybe he's better. But this guy's not 1400. I don't know what the deal is, but whatever. It's a weird rating. Doesn't make sense. I'm playing a strong player here. Like every move is just systematic, and what's the deal? I mean, I don't understand, dude. What is this? He's even fast too. Now he cracked. I can't believe how solid he played. Only to lose in such a trivial way. There's no mate. Check, 95. Probably best. I guess 95 there. Man, he played incredibly solid chess. Finally cracked. But, man. Even if you blundered like that a lot, you still can't be 1400. It would take a lot of blunders. Alright, I'll go to D1. He'd have to hang a lot of pieces to be 1400. Do I win the knight? Oh, he'll trade it. Give me that. Not into resigning. It's a fighter. Fighter rabbit. Damn, dude. I mean, that's a lot of work to take down a 1400. Seriously. The Grove. Alright, last game I gotta go. Thanks for playing, guys. Sorry, Isuktar. Thanks for joining our team. King E1 runs the Rook G2. I gotta go, guys. I'm late for my work, and I will see you tomorrow night for the subscriber stream. Thanks for staying with us, Schieberspieler. Good to have another master in the house. Subscriber stream on Thursday. Subscriber Mega Team Battle is scheduled for Sunday at 3 p.m. CEST. Just a reminder. Agnes Karadewski with a donation, 200 bits. Thank you for your support. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. I'll see everybody tomorrow night. On behalf of Ponda and you guys, thanks for the games. Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow, subscriber stream. So send your games in, okay? Bye-bye.